kick out at 1. Kicked out at 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kick Out at 1 podcast. My name is Vivian Jade, the trained unprofessional, joined by a special guest co-host. My regular co-host, the forever lost Mikey Wild, is out sick this week with COVID, so we wish him a very speedy recovery, given that he is due to compete at the ever-present and ever-special Brat Shop on October 8th. But in his stead, I have brought in the original head of the table, or head of the what were you the head of? The head of the what was your nickname?
I don't know. All I remember is I used to destroy a lot of your original videos.
I brought in an OG of my original YouTube days back in the day, an old friend of mine, one of the first people that made me feel comfortable after coming from my hometown to Kansas City and brought me out of my shell, the man who could unshell he could unshell anyone and anything.
I cracked the Decker.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, please welcome to the show the special guest co-host this week, Sam Tarbell. Thank you very much for being here. Hello.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you do not have a webcam, so they're just treated with my mug this week.
That's right.
But they are.
I'm just the voice inside of his head. Don't worry about me.
One of many.
That's right. But I'm the loudest.
Yeah. Oh man, you as I alluded to, you are one of the first people I got to know once I moved from my hometown to Kansas City. That's how we met, but it was actually before I got into wrestling. It was 2011, and we got paired. We weren't actually paired together. I was actually near the front of the classroom. You were in the back, and you guys seemed to be having fun back there. So I wanted. Did you invited me back, or how did that happen? I can't remember.
You talking about computer class with the creepy old lady?
Yeah, the creepy old lady, aka our teacher,
Miss Marshall or whatever it is.
Yeah, Miss Marshall.
Or the Gears of War 3 monster for old references for back in the day.
That was our first video collaboration. Was on the Gears of War 3 Let's Play. Good Lord.
Nothing but a kill stream. It was wonderful. Nothing but death and despair.
What better for a wrestling podcast?
That's right. Speaking of death and despair, Bray Wyatt. Look at me intrigating into this that I barely know a lot of stuff of.
You got transitions for days.
Right.
So seeing as how we met prior to me getting into wrestling, I don't know how you got into it. So could you tell me how you got into pro wrestling? What started you off? What was your origins into your wrestling fandom?
Undertaker. Because he's the original OG, my brother.
Yeah, same here. That's how I got into it too. What was it a match? What was it for you?
Just his character.
His character,
just
okay.
The overall character.
What, do you have like an original memory? Like, what was the first Undertaker match you can remember?
Because I got in trouble for it. I bought the pay-per-view of the HBK versus Undertaker match. The first one at WrestleMania.
Oh, that would be
the retirement match.
Oh, the
way back. One of the retirement matches.
Oh, yeah.
It was Light versus Dark, where HBK came down from the little awning on all white.
That's 25. The retirement match was the year after. That was 26.
Yep.
I thought you were talking about all the years before when he had him go over the thing and hurt his back and he was out for a while. But no, you got in trouble for ordering WrestleMania 25.
It was the best $70 I ever spent.
$70, Jesus Christ! I'm glad I got into wrestling post network. I have not had to buy pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view all the way. Pay-per-view all the way. Now we get everything on the cock.
On the cock.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Better sponsor him now.
I would appreciate it, you know. I could save that $5 so I could get the ad-free version.
That's right.
That's interesting. So your first pay-per-view was that your first pay-per-view overall, or was that just the first one you bought?
That was the first one I bought. But first one I remember that really got me into it was Randy Orton versus Undertaker at SummerSlam.
Oh,
the casket match.
Nice. Where he was set on fire.
Yep.
God damn. That's a fucking. That
was back 2007, 2000. Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a fucking memory to get you into it.
Yep. And then I remember John Cena's original character, Thugonomics. That was
post-prototype, but yeah.
I love Thugonomics, man. He was the best heel, man. He really was.
That's really fucking interesting, because not only was The Undertaker the character that got me into wrestling as well, but also growing up in the town that I grew up in before moving to Kansas City, I had a neighbor. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, because he was like he was a little kid. So he didn't have the greatest grasp on the English language yet, but one of the few words he knew was John Cena. And he loved Thugonomics John Cena.
That's right. He was the best. Just look up on YouTube any old clips of it. Him rapping against the Big Show, rapping against a fan. It's the greatest.
Oh man! I mean that's one of the reasons you've seen. Did you see the Firefly Funhouse match with John Cena? Yeah. So I mean, they got to revisit that. And what did you think of that match overall? Do you even consider that a match? Or because some people are like, that's not even a match, but some people think it's like the best thing ever. Like I'm kind of on that other side of I really love that match, but like it's on the same side. It's like, I mean, it does have a pinfall.
Yeah. And just like was it the same year Undertaker and
AJ Styles had the Boneyard match.
AJ Styles, yep.
Yeah.
Which was another good one. Personally, I like those matches.
I do too.
Because it creates more of the character style instead of just it brings forth more of the personality and character, which I enjoy more of.
I do too. You know, they kind of went overboard with it, you know, with like the Money in the Bank in the fucking corporation in Titan Towers match that they had some funny moments, but not really. But and then like the swamp match, Braun and Bray. Did you see that one?
I did not see much of that one.
You didn't?
They killed Bray's character and it upset me.
Yeah.
It really upset me. He was probably the most creative mind I watched for the past couple of years.
Oh, definitely. And have you been seeing all the teases that
yes, I've been following his Twitter.
Yeah, the White Rabbit stuff. Yep. You haven't seen the White Rabbit? Do you think it is Bray, or do you think it's going to be like it might? Some people thought it might have been someone else, or I haven't seen a lot of people thinking that it could be the Bray Wyatt Light, whatever the hell that guy was in NXT, that was basically knocking off Bray Wyatt's character, but doing it like not near as good. I don't remember his fucking name right now, but I would hate it if we were like, oh, if Bray Wyatt's coming back, and then turned out to be that fucking guy. I hope it's Bray.
Yeah, I think it's Bray, but I think he's going to go up against whoever Finn Balor's leading right now. I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah.
Really? So you think?
I think that type of storyline would be good because he'll get all of his old members together.
Well, not
because
all of them.
All back. Some of them are.
Yeah.
He could probably recruit Edge into it. That would be fun.
Okay, Edge and the Wyatt family. That would be interesting. Question: if it is Bray, do you go straight back into the Fiend, or do you get an old version? Do you do a new version? What would you say would be the best idea for Bray?
Let it fester in their mind. Keep them in the back of like a trump card. A little trump card that he could play.
So don't do Fiend right away. Keep it a special thing. Kind of like how
it has to be special. Because they killed it with Seth Rollins. They killed that character.
Oh God, that Cell match.
Like, no. He was supposed to be an unstoppable force, and yet you had him just repeatedly get hit with finishers. That's what's upsetting.
And then the Goldberg match, that's
right. Like, they killed his character. That was terrible. Terrible storylining.
And then they finished him off with the Randy Orton match, and he just got transfixed with Alexa Bliss getting wet on a box. I mean, that who wouldn't? But also,
bloody Lex, and that's still very naughty.
That was crude. I apologize.
It's okay. I'm here for the non-PG listeners, because bring it back, baby. I miss my bra and panty matches.
Oh, come on.
But bring back the old WWE, man. Still in my heart.
There is a weird thing with that, because I think something did a little bit happen there, because they kind of leaned into it a little bit weirdly with the Rhea Ripley Dominic stuff. Like, I don't know if you watch Raw on a regular basis. Do you?
I do not, because I am a deep burning fan of Pat McAfee, so I'm a SmackDown guy. I've always been a SmackDown guy.
I did want to bring that up at some point. You really love your Pat McAfee's commentary.
He has probably the best charismatic voice of all the announcers right now.
It really sucks that he's like not on it regularly anymore, because he got a deal with, what was it, UFC or
no,
NFL? NCAA.
So every Saturday morning on ESPN, you can watch his smiling face, and he still pumps out the crowd, and those crowds are wild.
Oh yeah, man.
Like,
but yeah, with Rhea Ripley and Dominic, like, they had a segment where she like choked him out with her legs, and the internet went nuts with it, where they were just like, "Oh, I wish she would do that to me," and she played into it on Twitter, but also kind of like was doing that like, "Oh, I bet you do," and also, "You guys need to get a fucking life," but also, "This is kind of funny," and also like, but a lot of people on Twitter, on TikTok, a lot of people were fucking doing this stuff, and then lo and behold, a couple weeks down, like the next week, she attacks him again, and then she like pulls him out of Rey Mysterio's like birthday party or anniversary party. Yeah, it was his anniversary party. And now Dominic joins her fucking the faction, the Judgment Day faction, and she's like being called Dominic's pappy. Like, they're basically leaning into this like she dominated Dom thing. Like
she's the double Dahmer.
Yeah, like,
or shall we say the Ripley Dahmer? All right, I'm done.
Oh yeah. They're not going so far as to do like blatant, like, they're not throwing it in your face, but they're kind of leaning into, they saw a lot of people thirsting on the fucking internet, and then they went with it, and it's like, well, what else do you fucking do? But hey,
that's the internet.
That is.
That's the internet.
That it is.
Just remember those old WoW videos. The internet is for porn videos.
Oh yeah, that's Avenue Q.
Yep.
Yeah. Criminally.
We're going back to the early 2000s today, my friend.
Oh man, it's nostalgia.
That's what I bring. That's right. We're bringing back the nostalgia with me.
And it all started with the fucking thugonomics, and it just went down from there.
That's right.
I asked you to assemble a list for me, did I not?
Yes.
Did you do it?
Yes.
Good. For the people who are listening to this, thank you. Thank you for listening to this. The episode that was going to be on today was going to be me and Mikey going down our list of our top 5 favorite wrestlers. We had assembled our list, but then, of course, Mikey, he got sick, which means that we're going to be going over our list next week. So as an appetizer, Sam, our esteemed Santa Claus, we got Sam at the very last minute. I approached him today and he got his list today. He has chugged along right after a 12-hour shift at work. This man,
12 pack of beer.
Yeah. I messaged him. He said, "You need me? I'll get you. Let me eat. Let me shit." I got on the fucking phone, and here we are. So
That's right.
He got his list together. We're going to go through that list right now, starting with number 5. Who is your number 5 favorite wrestler of all the times?
Pat McAfee, number 5.
Wow! A part-time celebrity wrestler is your number 5 favorite wrestler of all time?
Yes.
I mean, he's good. He's good. Let me hear your reasons. I'm curious.
My reasons is he's bringing it back. Look at all more the numbers. If you probably look up all the ratings, you can probably see there's higher ratings now because of it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. His match at WrestleMania, it was on a takeover.
He's been interviewing people on his show for years now.
Yeah.
The Undertaker's been on a show, Stone Cold, John Cena when he was doing his Peacemaker stuff. Yep, Vince was even there.
Mm-hmm. No one would have thought that.
Yeah. Pat McAfee is really migrating the two between each other because he grew up as a freaking wrestle fan.
Yeah.
A
wrestle fan.
He is probably one of us that are sitting here right now, if we have a podcast, to go into the WWE, he is probably putting the footprint of how we could be.
True.
He started in a basement just 5 years ago. After he retired.
I didn't realize it was just 5 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's incredible.
He gets about 70,000 views a day on his show, and I watch it every day.
God damn.
He just bought a church and stuff, and he built his own little Thunderdome. It's wild, man.
Wow.
He even had the Hardy Boys come and help him one day in his studio. There's a video on YouTube of it where they're all practicing swanton bombs with each other.
Jesus.
On his own little rink that he built. That he bought and built in his studio.
Hey, man.
That's why I think he's probably my top 5 wrestler right now. He's bringing more audience to.
You know what? That's a solid fucking argument. You convinced me. That is a good fucking argument.
Because even on this past weekend, Bianca Belair, she was on ESPN to pick college football games for Tennessee this past weekend.
All right. Who's your number 4, man?
John Cena.
John Cena, the king of the 2000s and not necessarily the 2000s, but 2010s for sure.
The co-king of the 2000s.
The co-king. Yeah.
Because of Edge. John Cena and Edge's matches, that storyline for about 5 years was the best storyline in the WWE.
True.
Since Vince McMahon and Stone Cold. Though that storyline was the best.
Wow. That's a big claim.
There's so many little snippets of what happened where John Cena stopped Edge and Lita doing their little freaky thing on the
their little freaky thing.
Yeah, their little freaky thing on bringing stuff, and then John Cena runs up to the bed and just starts throwing like the panties around and stuff.
God damn it.
Under the bed ring, and then Edge chases him outside, and freaking John Cena throws him into the freaking bay. Like, that was great writing. It's just they work so well together.
Oh man. All right. And then of course you can't, his longevity, his worldwide acclaim. I mean, if you know the name of two wrestlers, odds are you know Hulk Hogan and you know John Cena.
Or The Rock.
Or The Rock. Yeah. Or The Rock, of course, yeah. I mean, in terms of name recognition, you've got Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, John Cena. Not necessarily in that order, but those are probably in terms of pure just wrestlers. Yeah. But those are probably the first four names that come out of the layman's mouth who probably don't know a damn thing about wrestling. Those are probably the first four names that come out of their mouth. Mm-hmm. And that's got to account for something.
Yeah. Like, he really put a staple on the early 2000s for a lot of our generation.
Yeah. Fair enough, man. Number 3.
Bray Wyatt.
Hey, Bray! A for Bray!
Yep. Yeah, Bray Wyatt. I just loved his storytelling. Ever since he first showed up with his original Wyatt family on all those few episodes leading up to it, and all the way till the end there. It's just, he had a great storyline. And they ruined him at the end.
Yeah. Definitely. They fucked him up.
Yeah.
What was your favorite iteration of Bray? Going right from the beginning. Hell, even before he was called Bray Wyatt, if you really love if you love Husky Harris, you can include that. But yeah, when The Rock called him you ain't the eater of worlds, you look more like the eater of Hot Pockets. But if you want to include all of that, what's your favorite iteration of Bray Wyatt?
The Eater of Worlds, the original, when he first came out.
The cult leader with the family?
The cult leader, yep. Nice. And then his little stint against The Undertaker.
Ooh. Leading to WrestleMania 31. Yep. The one-man feud.
Yeah, from there, I think Bray Wyatt should have ended the streak. Because that would have gave him a boost to propel him higher. Especially with that cult leader type of character he was given.
You know what? I'm inclined to agree. Brock didn't need it.
Mm-mm. Even Brock didn't want to finish him off.
Yeah.
It should have been like somebody else to take this crown.
Mm-hmm. And especially given the feud leading up to it. I mean, there was no fucking reason why not. And I mean, the whole, hey, we gotta, it's going to be cut off a little bit. Ryan Tyerman Esposito gets a shout out because they subscribed during a recording. So thank you for that. But yes, I totally agree that the whole justification for that was, they were like, well, we're looking at possibly retirement and we don't see anyone coming up the pipeline who could do it. I'm like, dude, on the same show, you had a spooky motherfucker going up against a main eventer in John Cena. You don't see that guy. You don't see that guy as being the potential successor.
Oh, yeah. Another one would have been great for the streak ending if AJ Styles beat him in that little dark match for COVID.
Yeah, but they couldn't have seen. They couldn't have seen AJ Styles in, what was that, 2014? AJ Styles didn't come into the company until 2 years later, and even then he was an untested commodity in the WWE's eyes. They didn't know if he would be a main eventer then or not. But by then, Undertaker was so fucking worn out, there was no way they would have kept the streak alive by that point. The streak had to have, if they were going to end the streak, which I don't even think they probably should have, but if they were going to end it at that point, to anyone, the only possible contender, if they were going to end it then or anytime around then, would have been either Bray Wyatt or, if you want to suspend all fucking believability, Finn Balor. But the dude is about the size of one of Undertaker's legs. And I'm like, it's not all about size. It's not all about size. And one of the
that's what she said. And here's my another person who going to come out, like I mentioned earlier about SummerSlam. Randy Orton, bring back the Legend Killer.
Well, yeah, he had his opportunity at the streak, and he said no. They literally told him, like, you could end the streak, and he said no. So if they just ran it back again, it was like, well, at this point, he's old now. He doesn't need it now. He's not an up-and-comer. Yep. If he ended the streak now, like, he's established. What is there to promote? What is there to push? You need to give it to someone who needs...
Bring back the old Legend Killer. Because he was a great heel.
Oh, so you mean like let him break the streak back then?
Or currently, just to give him back that extra boost, to bring back that original aura of way back in the early 2000s.
But for the streak or just in general?
In general, because if you beat the streak, you would have been able to propel that wrestler to go higher.
Oh, so do you want
storyline line?
Do you want it to be Randy Orton doing the Legend Killer gimmick?
Yeah.
Well, then what does he need propelling for? He's already a fucking upteenth time world champion and a guaranteed Hall of Famer, and everyone loves him. He can't even turn heel convincingly anymore. Like, what does he need to be propelled for? I would like someone to dethrone him for the title of Legend Killer. I want someone to kill the Legend Killer. That's how he needs to go out.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen anytime soon. He's still got a couple of years left on his fucking card. But, like, I just... To finish up the topic of the who should have ended the streak, I think it was short-sighted of them to put it on, to give it to Brock, do it with Bray. I don't think Finn Balor could have convincingly done it because while the character makes sense, it just, if you look at this giant motherfucker and Undertaker and this really small guy and Finn Balor, even if the character matches completely, it just doesn't look right. You know, it's like, you can love the story all you want, but it just didn't make any fucking sense. Bray Wyatt to me would have made total sense.
Oh yeah.
But nevertheless, yeah, what is your number 2?
HBK.
Hey, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
I loved watching his matches. Just that match between him and The Undertaker, both of the times in WrestleMania, just stick out in my brain as some of the best wrestling I saw.
Abso-fucking-lutely. I mean, and it's not every WrestleMania where you literally, you go on and the main eventers are already, before they go out, they know they're fucked. And then when they go out next time, they're like, all right, we know you don't have the belt, but you're the main event because we know if anyone else goes on after you, they're gonna be fucked. You've proven it once already. We're not gonna try it again. You've proven your fucking point.
Yep. Because what was it? 2 years later, the Hell in a Cell match where HBK was the special guest referee.
Yeah.
Because
End of an era.
Still impacted it.
Yes. Yes. That was a 4-year-long story, man.
Yeah.
God damn. And the debut of Baldertaker.
Yep. That's right. Him and his rat tail.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have the rat tail. He had
Bianca Belair.
He didn't have the rat tail then, but he had the fucking like the bald mohawk thing. Like, what the fuck is that? God.
Yep.
One of the closest near falls ever. It was incredible.
Yep. So many great matches for HBK though. And throughout his whole history.
Definitely.
Freaking from Bret Hart all the way through all the DX matches to the John Cena matches even.
Mm-hmm. Shelton Benjamin.
Yep, Shelton Benjamin, yep.
You got a good moment in there.
Yep, yeah. Him and his Randy Orton too.
Yeah,
They've
man.
fought, like, longevity-wise, he was probably the best.
Oh, you want to talk longevity?
Yeah, like he was consistent right next to The Undertaker. Like,
well, it just so happens, Mr. Man, that I have a spreadsheet.
Nice.
I have a spreadsheet for you where I went through every WrestleMania and every wrestler who's ever been on WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And I totaled up every match that they've ever been on at every WrestleMania for every wrestler. Mm-hmm. And I totaled up all of them. And I can tell you who's been on the longest. Would you like to know?
Of course.
Can you guess?
HBK.
You think HBK's been on the longest?
Yes.
HBK is number 3.
Nice. Hey, still top 3.
Yeah, he clocked in at, and this is just bell to bell. This does not include entrances or exits. This is just bell to bell. Mm-hmm. He clocks in at a total of 6 hours, 14 minutes, and 21 seconds.
Nice. Sounds like an Undertaker match.
You're right. Speaking of, at number 2 is Triple H.
Yep.
7 hours. Yeah. Oh, hey, we got another shout out. Ordinal Dragoon subscribed during recording, so they get a shout out. Ordinal, sorry, I almost said their name like they fucking wrestled at WrestleMania for 7 hours. Triple H, yeah. Ordinal Dragoon wrestled at WrestleMania for 7 hours.
Oh yeah, brother.
Oh yeah. Macho Man is not in the top 10.
He should be.
He should, but
after a Slim Jim.
Yeah, he would not get out of the ring after a Slim Jim. Triple H wrestled for a total of 7 hours, 35 minutes, and 54 seconds. And clocking in at number 1 for the most cumulative time wrestled at WrestleMania, The Undertaker.
Nice.
7 hours, 41 minutes, and 13 seconds.
Yeah. Those are the top 3 right there. Those,
oh, yeah.
Those 3
it was
put their stamp on the company. Especially in our era.
Oh, definitely. When Triple H battled Batista, he was briefly...
Yeah, God, I miss it.
Oh, yeah. When he had his most recent WrestleMania match with Batista, he actually was in the number 1 spot for a bit because Undertaker wasn't on that WrestleMania. But then Undertaker came back for the Boneyard match. That put him just under 6 minutes ahead of him, and now both are retired. So just now, because Undertaker retired and Triple H can't wrestle anymore because of his cardiac event, so now it's solidified. Undertaker came back for one more match to put him back in the number 1 spot. And now both are done and separated by only just above 5 minutes.
That's right. That's all that matters.
The only person that's actively wrestling that's even close is Randy Orton, and he's at number 4. and he's down at 4 hours and 36 minutes and 30 seconds. So he is over 3 hours away from the number one spot. Damn. Anyway, that's about HBK. Your which number were we on your list?
Number two.
Number two. HBK,
so number two.
What's your number one?
Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
Ooh.
Oh yes, my Undertaker.
Him and Kane were the best storyline.
Oh man, the Brothers of Destruction.
Yep, the Brothers of Destruction.
Back before Kane became the world's worst Twitter libertarian. Gotta hate it when real life ruins wrestling.
That's Twitter. They killed wrestling, don't lie. Because the personas are off now.
Mm-hmm.
Breaks my heart. That's what I like about Bray Wyatt. He doesn't break character. Pretty
much, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's what I love. Don't break character. Because Undertaker didn't break character, even on when he was interviewed and stuff.
Yeah, for so long. That's what made his. Yeah. That's what made his the Last Ride documentary at the very end of his career so interesting. They made a 5-part documentary about his last match. So fucking like that's why they could get away with that. Because that was like, oh my god, we get to see him, and oh my god. And then it turned out
Mark Calloway.
Yeah. And then it turned out Mark Calloway was
yeah. He was Biker Undertaker. That's what he was.
Yeah. He was just a guy. Like
he's a Texas boy.
He's a Texas boy who don't know how to fucking stop beating himself up, both mentally and physically. A relatable story.
Yeah. Isn't that all of us, though?
Yeah. Like I said, it's a relatable fucking story. It just, there's certain aspects that aren't relatable about Mark Calloway, but I don't want to taint the fucking mood of the conversation, so we'll move on from that. But point is,
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, The Undertaker. He used to be my number one as well. I mean, I dressed up as him for Halloween for a couple of fucking years.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember, and I dressed up as Santa Claus.
Yeah. Go Santa Claus.
Right. Ho, ho, ho.
Well, thank you for assembling that list, man. I really appreciate it. And it will serve as an appetizer for next week's episode when me and Mikey, hopefully if he's feeling better by then, we'll talk about our top 5 favorite wrestlers each as well. Until then, I do have a couple of segments that we have for our guests that I want to share with you. First of all, I want to show you something. And I want to show you something, and I want to get your honest reaction to it.
I'm scared, so I'm going to close my eyes.
Well, how the fuck am I going to show it to you? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because my eyes are already closed because I don't have video.
Well, I'm showing my fucking webcam. I can't see you, but you can see me.
Right.
Open your fucking eyes, you goddamn. All right. This is something that I've systematically managed to show almost all of our guests. And there's no reason for this.
Mm-hmm.
But it brings me a great deal of joy to see all the various reactions, and I just want to see what you think. So here it is.
He looks hungry.
He looks hungry? Well, maybe he looks thirsty because it's a mug. It's a Head Slammers Goldberg mug. You can tell it's a mug because it says it's a mug.
Not gonna lie, I was hoping it'd be what was it? Bray Wyatt's head.
Bray Wyatt. Do you think WWE should bring
The
this concept back?
Yes. Can you drink through the mouth or you drink through the top?
You drink through the top, as you can see
Okay.
This is a picture of Goldberg's actual head, but then they just Photoshop in like a mug head and handle on top of it.
Nice.
They do have a little hole in the mouth so he can breathe, so that's nice. But it's never been opened. It's got a little handle so you can take it to class with you.
That's right.
But yeah,
Stash all
if
my
you can,
liquor.
you can kind of see in there. That's where the hole is. And this is from 1999. WCW, a Time Warner company.
Time Warner. Nice.
And holds 10 ounces of whatever fluid you feel like having Goldberg be particularly upset about. And
about not having his cocaine.
Yeah. Goodwill valued it for $3. What do you value it at?
Priceless.
Priceless
fun.
Oh, that's
Nice.
wonderful. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Nice.
Oh, man. We have one more game for you to play, Sam, before you go.
I like games.
This is our game. It is a game we play on here. It is called Birth Champions. The concept is simple, but not easy to say, apparently, as this is my third attempt to say it.
Yeah.
At the time of your birth, there was someone at the top of the industry, be it whatever company was claiming to be number one in the industry at the time. Sometimes there were multiple companies vying for top position. At the time of your birth, Sam, there were 2 companies that were the top of the industry in America, that being the WWF and WCW. But can you guess who were the top champions in these companies at the date of your birth? Without looking it up, because I have the list pulled up right here, if you don't want to, do you feel comfortable saying your birthday out loud, or do you want to just send it to me in the chat?
I'll just say it out loud.
Okay. What was your birthday, Sam? I apologize for not having it memorized.
December 7th, 93.
December 7th?
93, yep.
December 7th, 1993. Do you want to guess WWE or WCW first?
WWF.
All right. Who is your guess? And I'm just trusting that you're not looking this up as well.
I'm not.
I trust you, Sam.
Liar.
Who is your guess for the champion during the date of December 7th, 1993, when you entered and made your debut to life?
93. Ultimate Warrior.
Okay. And who is your guess for the WCW champion in December 7th, 1993?
Trying to remember WCW. Fuck. Who was in WCW? I don't remember. Don't remember. 'Cause I was no idea. I want to say Bret Hart.
In December 7th, 1993?
Yeah.
Okay. Starting with WCW on December 7th, 1993, the champion was Big Van Vader,
Nice.
who won his championship in March 17th, 1993, and lost it December 27th, 1993, when WCW left the NWA.
Nice. That's cool.
Yes. Moving on to the WWF. The champion during your birth date of December 7th, 1993. Yokozuna!
Haven't heard that name in a while.
Yes. The WWF's first Japanese, quote-unquote, champion, a Samoan named Yokozuna, who won his championship in June 13th, 1993, and lost it to Bret Hart in March 20th, 1994 at WrestleMania 10.
1 year off. Damn. 1 year off.
1 year off and in the wrong company.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing our games.
Take that for my wrestling knowledge with a grain of salt. You're welcome.
For the record, I had no clue what mine was. I didn't even try to guess mine because it wasn't a game at that point. Mine is my WWF birth champion is Diesel.
There you go.
Big Daddy. Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
That's right.
And my WCW birth champion is Hulk Hogan pre-NWO.
Nice.
So that's fun.
Nice. Hollywood Hogan, wouldn't it be?
No, Hollywood Hogan is NWO.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like trying to do movies that suck. Like this is Mr. Nanny era.
Right.
Oh man. But anyway, that is the Birth Champions game. I hope you had fun.
Nice. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. What wrestling do you try to keep up with? Are you a strict WWE guy, or do you dabble with indies? Do you try to catch AEW now that your best bud, Big Show, now going by Paul White, is over there wanting to do Captain Insano? I sent you that clip.
Please bring him back as Captain Insano because he shows no mercy.
He shows no mercy.
It's great.
I knew you'd be so fucking happy about that.
That would be a great character bring back.
Oh yeah, because know everyone there would be so happy.
It would be great.
Do you watch any New Japan?
No.
Nope. Impact?
Nope.
MLW?
Nope.
AAA?
Nope.
CZW?
Nope.
Lucha Underground?
Nope. I'm just mostly WWE, man.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just stop there. Once Triple H took over, Vince is gone, thank God. First of all, do you agree with that? Thank God. What's your thoughts on that?
Hopefully they bring back more of a creative side.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. Just become more creative. Don't just shove the same winners down our throat every week.
Yeah. Kind of hard to do that with a champion who's been champion for 2 years.
Yeah, needed to dethrone him a little bit.
Who do you think should do it?
Seth Rollins.
Seth?
Yep.
Why Seth? Just because of the Shield?
Well, I think it'd be a good storyline for him to dethrone him because of it.
Okay.
Like with all the Usos minions, another thing would be Finn Balor could probably dethrone him.
Yeah, Judgment Day versus the Bloodline.
Yep.
Could be.
Like I said, a Wyatt thing. He could come back and dethrone him.
Maybe. I mean, it was Roman that cost Bray the title originally. That's how he won the Universal title in the first place. What about Cody? I mean, Cody came back and said that he wanted to win the WWE Championship because they never let his dad get it. He could do that once he comes back from his injury.
Yeah, but they'd have to rebuild that storyline.
Yeah, I mean, he's Cody said he's the timeline for Cody's injury return would put him back sometime around the Rumble, I believe. That should give him enough time.
Yeah, he could work with Seth Rollins and dethrone it together. Have him trying to think, because you need to get rid of the bloodline.
Yeah,
you need to have a feud with the bloodline along with the main leader of it to dethrone the king.
Yeah. So who would back up Cody?
See, that's the question. You could do Kevin Owens.
See, that's the weird thing is that all the, like Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, all these people have had their shot and lost. Miz, he had his shot and lost. All these people had chances at Roman Reigns and lost already. Cody is the only one who hasn't had his chance at Roman yet. So if any of those people tried again and won, it would feel like old news, but with a new answer. That's why no one bought Brock Lesnar, and we're tired of seeing him come back and get an automatic rematch. They're like, we've seen it before. Can you move on already? So if we just saw Seth Rollins again, it'd be like, we've seen it.
But the only way to change that narrative is to get him dethroned.
Well, then you change the narrative by changing the end of the story. I mean, then no one's going to like it up until the end of the book. Why would you want to read it?
Yeah. And that's why it's a journey. The ending may suck, but it may create a new opening. Because he's won so much and he's been pushed so far as champion for these past 2 years, he's going to end up just like CM Punk.
Oh, so you're saying like the interesting part would be after the dethroning. What is Roman's reaction?
Yes.
Okay.
Like have it where he gets upset at Paul Heyman or something, turns on him. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Have him turn on Paul Heyman.
Again.
See, that's the thing. Paul Heyman will be able to help turn it.
I like
but
seeing
Paul Heyman needs a new guy.
Yes. Christ.
Paul Heyman needs a new guy. Seth Rollins would be good. Cody would be good. Cody would be good.
With Paul?
Yeah.
I agree that Cody needs to cut less of his own standard I'm going to be on the verge of crying about my dad promos, but like it feels like you're putting Captain America with the fucking Penguin. Like the imagery doesn't work for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I agree, Paul Heyman needs
Omos on the roster? No.
No, Omos is not big enough. He's not big enough. Braun Strowman.
Strowman would be a great one.
Because Braun needs to shut the fuck up, and Braun, I don't like him. I don't like Braun anyway. But if you're gonna have a Braun Strowman, then do something with him. Fuck, I don't know.
That's where Bray Wyatt coming in would help.
True.
Because if you can convince Bray Wyatt to take control of Paul Heyman, you could easily control it to change the narrative.
Okay. Well, but you...
Because we need to dethrone Roman. Like, it needs to happen.
Yes,
and it's going to suck. It's going to suck. But the storyline afterwards needs to be played out. Randy Orton will be a great person to dethrone Roman personally.
No.
Because Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton had a thing back in the day.
Yeah,
With
Legacy.
Legacy, yeah. That would be good to bring that back.
Yeah, Legacy, sure, but don't give the title to Randy.
Who else deserves it? Who else?
Cody! Give it to
but
Cody!
He's injured right now.
Right now, but you don't dethrone Roman on fucking Payback, or you don't dethrone him on Elimination Chamber. You dethrone him at WrestleMania, and by WrestleMania, Cody will be healed up.
Okay. So how's the storyline going to go then? How are they going to build that intensity?
You have Cody come back at the Rumble, win the Rumble, and have the fucking thing play out where he wants to fucking win the title that his dad never got, and then have everyone say, well, you can't fucking win with the title that your dad never won because your dad was better than you'll ever fucking be. And then we have a fucking family that's stronger than your family ever was because look what your family brought up. Your dad was a lazy sack of shit and he was only popular because he looked like all the rest of the slobs in the crowd. And your brother, look where he wound up at. He was whatever he was here and now he's working for the fucking the B show across the street and you're only here because they kicked you out. So but our family, all of us got titles. Well, I've had my title for 2 years. So you really think you're going to come over here and take my shit? And then they meet at WrestleMania and Cody kicks his ass.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good fucking story. What?
I agree. But who's Cody's family going to be?
Who's Cody's family going to be?
That's what I'm mentioning. Randy Orton could be it.
Randy could back him up, but don't let Randy be the winner. Randy could back him up. Sure. Have Legacy back
with Riddle. Riddle and Orton did a good thing together. So those three together would be great.
Sure.
Be the new Legacy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that. Have Cody be the one who wins, but have Randy and Riddle be in his corner. That's cool. I'm cool with that. If Sasha and Naomi can stop complaining long enough to come back and Naomi joins the bloodline, then you can have Charlotte join on the legacy side because Charlotte works perfect with that fucking idea. Credit to Parts Unknown for that fucking thing with the Flair bloodline idea. So, well, not bloodline, but legacy idea. So that fucking works perfectly. So, but the end of the day, the person raised with the title in their hand has to be Cody, not Randy. That's my point.
So because he has both titles, what happens to both of them then? That's who else will take the other title?
I think after that point, Cody separates them. I think Cody's like, I wanted this one. I don't give a fuck about this one. So I'm going to challenge individually. I'm going to defend this one. And they either do a brand split. I don't like the brand split, but they either do a brand split or I'm going to defend this one against, maybe you do an Oprah challenge. Maybe you do, I'm going to defend this one here. I'm going to defend this one at the pay-per-view. So someone come get some, I don't fucking know. But you do something where Cody's like, I'm only interested in the WWE Championship. And he teased bringing back the Winged Eagle. That would be awesome. So, because he said he was only interested in the WWE Championship. He never said he was interested in the Universal title. Because why would you be? So if he's only interested in the one, and he said he was only interested in the one, have him win both, say he'll defend one at the pay-per-view, one right now, and have either someone win that one now, or maybe that be the one someone cashes in, because what was it? Austin Theory has the fucking briefcase. Something like that. I don't fucking know. So Austin can get some fucking heat, but Cody keeps one of the titles. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe someone fucking makes a debut after Mania and gets a big pop. I don't know. But that could be the storyline where he keeps one. Maybe that'd be a slow turn where he clutches onto one and has a delusional, like, I'm carrying my dad's legacy, but he does it slowly through cheating. because quite frankly, Cody's more of a natural heel than a babyface.
Yep, always has been.
Yeah. But now I'm booking a year of Cody because you asked one question.
That's right.
But yeah, that's what I think. It makes perfect sense. And if you want Roman to try to take both, that could be the way Cody gets around it. Is I won't grant you a rematch for both, but I'll grant you a rematch for one. And that's how Roman gets one, and he'll try to go after the other at the pay-per-view. But in the meantime, someone else wins the other one. And so we can't have both.
Yeah. Because I personally don't like when the titles are one person.
No, it sucks. It sucks.
It's dumb. Like the storyline arc of it is just not good.
No, it suffers both shows, especially since they put the double champ on the shorter show. So the longer show, Raw, has no top title. The top title on Raw is the US champion or the Raw Women's champion. And they barely get any fucking focus. Either title. Or the tag champions, they barely get any focus either. And so it's like, meanwhile, AEW has a million fucking titles. They get no fucking storyline focus ever. So,
because you mentioned earlier, you don't like when the brands are split. Personally, for that reason, because the title should be individual, that's why I think it's important to have the brand split. Because I'm a rock hard, love my SmackDown. I always loved SmackDown. Fuck Raw. I love SmackDown. SmackDown was John Cena's entrance. Undertaker roamed that land. Batista roamed that land. Rey Mysterio roamed that land. It was grade A content.
Yeah. Back when it was booked individually, that kind of brand split, yes, that's fine. That's back when they actually had a brand split. Right now, they don't. Right now, they have interchangeable rosters where people are just popping up every fucking way. There's barely people walk onto each ever show, whichever way. The same booking team is doing both.
And that's what I think personally needs to change.
Yeah, if you're going to
do if they separate the titles, then they can separate the shows.
Yeah, if you're going to do a brand split, actually fucking do it. If you're not going to actually do it, don't do it at all. Have one set of titles and have all of it. Or do it all the way. Have them actually compete for the shit. Have two completely different fucking teams actually trying to do it, and don't have an interchangeable fucking roster going back and forth. Don't have them changing drafts every fucking year to the point where it doesn't fucking matter. And for the love of Christ, don't make a fucking scene about it every time one or the other fucking, it's the one time a year where they go head to head. No, it isn't. Because Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, that shit happens all the fucking time.
And that's when they should do their brands that face each other.
Yeah, they should. But they should do it so infrequently that it is a big deal without you having to shove it down our throats that it's happening.
Yeah, I agree.
Because when Kurt Angle fought Shawn Michaels in a brand difference match, and one would show up on the other show when they didn't expect it, that meant something. Because Shawn Michaels was always on Raw, and Kurt Angle was always on SmackDown. But nowadays, what fucking show is Alpha Academy on? I don't fucking know.
They did that with Pat McAfee and Tyson Fury. The little interchangeable, where they invaded each other's show just to fuck with each other.
Yeah.
Like, personally, I like that type of thing.
Yeah, it's fun.
If you're building storyline, work it in, but keep them separate. Just like they keep the announcers separate for each match.
Yeah, I like that. And that's what makes the mixing fun when it happens. It makes it a novelty. But Paul Heyman had a great thing about this to justify Brock Lesnar only showing up once or twice a fucking year, which sucks, but it's a good analogy nonetheless. It's like Christmas is special because it happens once a year. So you only you put aside everything when it's about to be Christmas. You don't schedule an appointment on that day. You don't go to the bank on that day because it's closed. Everything shuts down for that day. You go and you make sure you're around the people who are gonna be on the fucking, you cook for that day. You're with your family that day. Everything happens on that fucking day because that's fucking Christmas and you don't fucking miss it. But what if Christmas was every other fucking day? Oh, fuck. Yesterday was Christmas? Shit. Whatever. Tomorrow's Christmas too. Whatever. I'll go to the next one. Well, who the fuck would give a shit? Tomorrow's Christmas. Yesterday was Christmas. I'm not gonna fucking worry about missing a Christmas because it's Christmas every other fucking day. Who gives a shit? So, if every other fucking day, Alpha Academy or the Usos or the Street Profits or whatever is popping up in every other fucking show, who gives a goddamn?
Yeah, it's not good marketing. It's not good for the character development.
No, but because Fox and the USA Network are skittish about the fact that the ratings are always going down, they're like, we need the characters to go across the shows. You need cross promotion because the shows are the promotion's going down.
They need to market their shows better.
Yeah, you've had fucking. Their chief branding officer for so long was Stephanie McMahon, and that's why we've had a promotion like, what was it, Great Balls of Fire, and these stupid ass catch lines for every pay-per-view for so long that constantly get repeated and shoved down our throat every other fucking sentence by the announce team. It's like, these people have never worked with a natural speaking thing. But as soon as Vince was gone and the shakeup happened, man, the announce team felt like they could breathe again. It was nuts. Yeah. Like when what's his schmuck? What the fuck is his name? Doogie McFuck. What's his fucking name? The Michael Cole. When he was like, Corey Graves told him, I miss when you couldn't give your opinion. And he was like, oh, that's changed. A lot has changed.
Like him, and another reason why I like SmackDown, I'm a homer, but him and Michael Cole working together is beautiful compared to the Raw announcers.
Yeah.
Like the Raw announcers just don't give enough energy. As much as energy as Michael Cole and Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Like they give so much more energy.
Yeah. Like why would you care about what you're watching if the people narrating are like, I don't know, hip toss into a spear. And that's a 3. Another win for the champion. Coming up next, a commercial for Sonic Chicken. Woo.
That's right.
Like, who gives a shit?
Especially on Tuesdays, half price burgers.
Yeah.
Shout out Sonic.
But if you always loved their grilled cheese. But
chicken strips.
Anyway.
Because the same thing happens with NFL announcers on sports games. Some are good and some are just talking the talk.
Yeah. That's
why I love Kevin Harlan. If you want to look up great sports calls, look up Kevin Harlan. They're great. Because if you look what Kevin Harlan has actually talked about a drunk guy running on the field. taking off his pants. Please pull your pants up. And it's just great 3 minutes of your life of him just calling this streaker running across the field. It's so great. I will send you the link. It's so good.
Please do. That's really funny.
He even called where this little black cat was running on the field, and he said, "The little black cat's on the 5, the 3, the 2."
I think I saw that on TikTok. That's really funny.
Kevin, just there's certain announcers that just get it, and it's great, and that helps you draw in the audience.
Yeah,
because it's
JR in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking awesome, man. Well, you know what? It has been an hour. Thank you so much for joining me on this show, Sam. It has been a pleasure. I really appreciate you jumping at the last minute. I hope I don't have to call you in next week, just because I hope that Mikey is feeling better. It has been fun. I had a lot of fun. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope you had fun too, Sam.
I'm always here if you want me to join again to have me spiel my random spiels.
Hey, man, it was a lot of fun. I really appreciated it. And thank you to everyone listening at home. Let us know who your top 5 wrestlers are, and join us next week when me and Mikey do the same. You can follow Sam. Are you on social media anymore? Because you had some for a while, but like, I don't know. Did you stop?
Yes, because I don't like social media.
I don't blame you. Yeah, if I wasn't making content, I wouldn't be on that either.
It's just a giant pool of sadness.
Yeah.
But I'm on Twitter, though. But I'm usually watching sports stuff on there.
Fair enough. So in lieu of that, I'll plug Mikey's little social links and the links for myself and for the show. They're all in the description down below, along with the show that Mikey will be performing at. They're here for that. Information for that is in the description down below on October 8th at the Broad Shop. And I'll also be there, but only as a guest. I'll be watching the show. I will not be performing diddly shit. I'll be performing the role of viewer.
Silent viewer.
Silent. It's a wrestling show, for Christ's sake. Thank you all very much for watching this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Do the links. Thank you for watching. And until next time, I have been the Trained Unprofessional, along with this week's special guest co-host, Sam Tarbell. And until next week, bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Dr. Nick.
Right.
I knew I could get you with that one.
Kick out at 1! I kick out at 1! Hook of the leg and a kick out at 1! Kick out at 1! Kick out at 1! Hooks the leg and a kick out at 1! Kick out at 1!